Hey, how you guys doing out there? We're out here in Mox Corner, South Carolina. Nice and sunny, 91 degrees outside. Today we're going to talk about 5 actionable steps on how to flip houses. I'll walk you inside and we'll talk a little bit more and show you the house inside. I always get asked the question, hey Carlos, how do I get started in flipping houses, or what do I need to do, or where can I start? Well, today I wanted to talk about 5 actionable steps, meaning, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can give you the first step, second step, third step, fourth step, fifth step, and you can actually do these things on your own versus something that's really far out of your reach. So the first one might come as a surprise, but the first one would be to read, educate yourself, learn as much as you can about flipping houses, whether it's talking to a mentor like myself, or reading a bunch of books, or going to seminars, different things like that. My biggest book was Rich Dad Poor Dad, as a lot of investors out there. I learned a whole lot about mindset and how to just get your mind ready to really think outside of just yourself and how to actually get there. Another good book is Flip by Gary Keller, out of Keller Williams. It's a green book. Till this day, and I started flipping houses in 2011, till this day, I still use that same formula that's in that book. It's a step-by-step formula of, your ARV minus your cost, yada, 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 down the line. I still use it to this day, obviously at a much higher level, but still. There's some great forums out there, like Bigger Pockets, and Bigger Pockets is not paying me to do this. But anyways, I like Bigger Pockets. It's a really easy forum to go through, and you get a lot of good information from there. That's your first step. Educate yourself. As it's not to go out there and find a deal. You're getting way ahead of yourself with that one. You need to learn as much as you can before you go out there. I'm not saying learn for 2 or 3 years and not pull the trigger on a good deal. I'm just saying you want to learn as much as possible. The second one is learn your market. Learn where you're going to flip houses. When you first get started, you want to make sure that you flip something close to you. You don't want to be driving an hour, hour and a half to flip houses, because in the beginning it's going to be your baby. So you're going to be, every day, every other day going to this house, dealing with contractors, dealing with everything. Turning on the lights, dealing with the county, with the town, whatever. Learn your market as much as possible. Find a realtor that has an investor type of a mindset, not your typical buy and sell realtor. A realtor that it either does investments themselves or works with other investors, or get your real estate license. I did that from the beginning because I was tired of getting told that's not a good deal, when in fact it was a good deal. There were realtors in the beginning were kind of walking me away from good deals, especially in 2011 when you can buy deals left and right. So I got my real estate license, still have my realtor's license, and I buy and sell my own houses. Learn how to calculate numbers, and that's part of learning your market. Know your ARV, know your how much a house goes for in that area, the inventory in that area, the average days on the market. Tons of numbers that you can go through out there. Really simple numbers you can get on either the MLS or Zillow or Trulia, or any of those sites that you can get those basic numbers. But I'll give you one little nugget. The best places to flip houses is in areas where you have low inventory. So less amount of houses to sell, the higher the demand. You've got way too many buyers for not enough houses to sell. So that's a great place to sell homes. That tells you, one, that houses are selling quickly, and two, that your buyers are making quick decisions. Houses aren't sitting on the market for 60, 70, 100 days. So if you can find a good deal in those places, buy them, because low inventory will always get your house sold, and at the end of the day, that's what you want. 3, you're gonna need some cash in the beginning. I don't care who says, what book says, no money down real estate. You need at least, depending on how much your houses are, you need a couple of grand, $3,000-$4,000. You're just gonna need it, okay? So find a way to have a little bit of cash when you buy a house. You also have to have some reserves in case things go wrong. But like in the beginning, when I bought my first flip, I sold a motorcycle that I had, and out of the motorcycle, I took that money and got my real estate license. With my real estate license, I was able to sell a couple of houses as a realtor, take that commission, and that commission I took and invested it in my first flip. And that only took like 6 months. So I had a flip under my belt within the first 6 months that I got my real estate license. Do whatever you can to earn some money, especially these days. You can sell anything anywhere. Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, stuff that you have around the house that you need to sell, or get a second job, or do whatever. But you need a little bit of money in the beginning. You don't need a ton of money. You don't need all the money. You don't need all the money for the rehab or everything like that, but you need a little bit of money. Just the mere fact of deposits when you go turn on the water or turn on the electric, that's going to cost you $300 or $400, depending where. I've paid up to $1,000 on a deposit because that was the least they would take, which was horrible, by the way. Anyways, that was the 3rd step. 4th step, try to find a mentor or a partner. You don't necessarily need one. When I started, I didn't have a mentor or a partner, but it actually, it was a little bit more difficult to go at it by myself. If you can find a mentor that can help you out, like myself, or somebody that's been in the business for a little bit, they can help you out. You can partner up with somebody. Obviously, do your due diligence when it comes to partners. You can, not everybody needs to be a partner. And 5th and final, actionable steps. These are actionable steps. And I'm not talking about steps that somebody says, oh yeah, raise $100,000 and buy a $15 million apartment complex. You could do it, but it's going to take a little longer. These are a little harder. These are actionable steps. The 5th one is a lender, or other people's money, OPM, like Robert Kiyosaki says, and other people. Lenders, and I'm talking about specifically for flips. Hard money lenders. If you don't know what a hard money lender is, you need to do your homework on that. But essentially that's just a private investor, a private company that lends you money based on the ARV and the rehab cost. Other people's money, investors, family and friends. Be careful when you not raise money, but borrow money from friends and family. At the end of the day, you have responsibility in your hands to return that money to those investors at the end of the day. Contractor, partner, I don't suggest this all the time, but sometimes you can find contractors that you can go half and half in with on a flip. They can do the work on their dime, and you can put up some of the money, and then you can split the profits at the end. Other than that, those are my first 5 actionable steps. If you guys want more videos on flipping houses or rental properties or apartment complexes, I can bring you some more content. Other than that, that's all I got for today. Have a good one. Bye.